I mean, we've had a couple of phone conversations so far, and we were specifically talking about drug addiction.
Yeah.
And I know that you had some issues in the past with drug addiction.
Hmm.
And we were talking about your younger brother passing away from a heroin overdose. Is that correct? When you were at Art
Yeah.
Center. And I wanted to understand that a little bit more on a deeper level and understand how much of an impact that had in your life and the way that you view yourself with your art practice.
Absolutely, man. Well, just to, for a little bit of context, I was an IV heroin addict, so I was using needles, and in total, I was using for about 6 years. After about the first three, I checked myself into a rehab in San Antonio called Laurel Ridge. It was a great facility. I was there for about a month. During that month, I my aunt told me about this amazing school in Pasadena called Art Center, and she really encouraged me to apply. And so I got a sketchbook that my mom brought up during a visit, and I just started filling it up. Like I just filled up this just like a black 11 by 14 sketchbook, and did some little figure studies and some illustrations, and just a whole just basically everything I could think of, and looking at their and we just added stuff and looked at their looked at the submission requirements and stuff, and I just basically sent it in the form of like a single sketchbook, and I got in, which was I was not expecting it. I was like, it was something to do for me in rehab. It was like, oh, this is a goal. This is like my first goal that I've had in years. So I'm going to fill up this sketchbook and I'm going to send it to this school, that I've not heard of. And because I'm not in any way, because I'm a heroin addict, right? So I haven't heard of anything that has to do with the art world. So I'm just going to send this thing off and see what happens. And so what ended up happening is I got in. And so I moved to Art Center after really only 1 month in rehab. It was just a detox program. So I got there, and it was amazing. I mean, Art Center is a beautiful school. The teachers and the staff. I mean, I was was with a whole bunch of really cool and people that went on to do some really make really amazing work. And in there with Bradford Lynn and Christine Wu, Zoe Milk, or all people that I was just seeing walk around campus, and it was just I had seen them on Instagram already, so it was just this fucking really surreal thing. And so I mean the school experience was absolutely transformative. Um, Unfortunately, my younger brother had started using when I left, and it was I think my it might have been I forget if it was my first or second semester because I was only there for two. Um, and I'm pretty sure it was my second, but I had a painting class, and it was my first painting class, and it was with Richard Houston. I remember that super well. My friend Wendy, and I'm we're doing we're painting. There was figure studies, and there was people sitting. They were in costumes and they were dressed as a clown. And I was painting the central figure, and I got a call from a friend, and I go outside into the hall and to take his call, and he tells me, "Yo, dude, Ken passed away, man." Just he was having such a hard time holding it together, and and I was just in shock. So the way I kind of describe it is the way you see it kind of in kind of bad theatrical movies, where somebody they get bad news and they lean up against the wall and they slide down as their knees kind of buckle. So it was kind of this sort of thing like that. Felt very cinematic, and I was in the hall for maybe it must have been 5 minutes when I had this kind of I don't know, just this dawning realization, you don't have enough money to get home, you can't fly home, um, and so basically the only thing I could really, the only thing in my power to do at that point were two things, right? I could either start using again, or I mean, I was in California, far from home, but I could find something, right? I could turn to that, or get up and just go finish painting, or just go keep painting. Um, and so as hard as it was, and as cold or weird or cruel and or selfish as it sounds, the only thing I could think to do was to get up and just go back inside the class and, finish my little, shitty figure study. And I as like weird or, kind of meaningless or minuscule as that decision may have seemed, it like really established this like kind of like visceral relationship with painting that I have, where I feel like I truly turn to it like in times of grief, and I truly turn to it in times of confusion, or like when, when I don't understand the world around me. It's like it really is like a respite and a solace for me.